Hi, I'm Ronette Clarke Williams with Optimum Productivity Incorporated. I just exposed my business on BizLinks TV network. Learn more about how you can optimize your team, re-engage your momentum, and redefine your rock star. Coming up on my episode of That's My Biz on bizlinks.tv.
That's My Biz is sponsored by Visita Live Site, Constant Contact, and your professional girlfriend, Felicia Anchetta. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of That's My Biz. I'm Pamela Alexander, your host, and as always, you know we enjoy bringing to you the wonderful businesses, nonprofits, and associations that we meet when we're out there networking. And why? Because we want you to do business with them. Make sure that you reach out to them. You can watch this episode again at www.bizlinks.tv. Also, your favorite platform, whether that's Roku, Apple Podcast, or Android, you can catch this episode. And don't forget our social media platforms. You know where to find us is BizLinks TV. Now, today, our fantastic guest that we have with us is Ms. Ronette Clarke Williams. How are you doing?
I am fine. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm thrilled to be here.
Thank you so much. Now, Ronette is with Optimum Productivity Incorporated.
Yes.
I'm excited to hear about that. You know, that's one of my favorite topics there. So she helps female entrepreneurs really redefine their rock star leadership. Mm-hmm. She helps them with optimizing their team, re-engaging their momentum, so much. So I'm excited to dive right into it. So Ronette, first of all, just give us a snippet of your business and what your business does.
Okay, so the business, Optimum Productivity, we obviously focus on productivity and being able to come in and help entrepreneurs, small businesses, or even somebody who you may just, be a leader at work, but, you need help at home. You may not necessarily be the most efficient in your home life. So we have various services to help you with that. Additionally, we also focus on providing virtual assistance to folks, because lots of times there are certain things that we as entrepreneurs must do. But there are lots of tasks that we can outsource that will give us back that time that we need. So there's also that offering. There's coaching, there's training, as you said, with optimizing teams, work with CEOs that may have a larger team and they're just not gelling, that synergy isn't there. Maybe they need process, procedure help. And come in and help with that as well.
Wow, I love that. I mean, that's just a plethora of services, but so much that business needs and individual needs when it comes to productivity. I think that's one of the top things that really helps them ultimately get to their sales goals and the goals that they have related to that and their income, which is why we're in business in the first place, right?
Yes.
So tell us a bit about your background and how you came to be the founder of Optimum Productivity.
Okay, so I spent about 20 years in IT, started in procurement, then business analysis, project management. So my days were filled with managing projects. And not only managing projects, but managing people, because that's a big part of when you have these huge projects. So working with team, working with how to, again, getting the team collaboration, clarity, communication, those things were huge. Making sure that we're making the best use of our time, making sure that we're using automation, right? So we're not wasting the time. Planning. I'm a big time planner. Okay. You have a project, you have an end date. What people don't really seem to understand is we work backwards. You work from the end date to where you are so that you can plan ahead. I don't think lots of people get that with those goals. And you kind of have to do that in everyday life. You set that goal, then you say, what do I need to do today to get to that goal? And that's always kind of the person who I was, not in my work life, but in my personal life. I was just kind of that go-to person. So I said, let me take that and share it with others, with my spin on it.
Okay. I love that. And I'll tell you, we have so much in common. That was me back in the day organizing every little thing. My little dolls were lined up and all that. So
you can always sheets are my friend.
And that's great because not everybody has that type of personality. So talk about that a little bit, because you have the people that are kind of organized, but you have the people that just want to be spontaneous and they just want to run with something, drop an idea and just figure out as they go. So
Right.
talk about a little bit about balancing that.
So, right. So, when I've had clients that literally they are the creative, like they don't want to hear a thing, and I've had some that have just they were ready to just hand me everything. They just were like, just report in,
Right.
and then you have some that. Yeah, but I don't understand. I don't, because again, they they don't get it. They don't necessarily understand how adding these two steps or taking away these two steps can make the difference. So working with them, just really looking at whatever the process is. Okay, so what is your goal? What is it you want to get through? And talking through, okay, so this is what you're doing now. But if we do this, this, and this, we're going to get there faster. We're going to get there more efficiently. You will spend less money. We will get there with less conflict. Whatever it is, whatever that pain point is, what do we need to do to come in there and be able to provide that solution? So again, they can work on, if it's the creative, it's the creative. You know, the tagline is to give you more time to work on your business versus in it. Right? Versus in it, because we're spending so much time working in it. So I think you have to show them. You know, I think a lot of times it's just conversation and just showing them this is what's going to make that difference. And then once they start to experience it, it's amazing how quickly people are like, well, wait a minute, what are the productivity tips can we apply? Wait a minute, this is working. What else can we do?
Yes.
You know, and just go from there.
Yes, you can get a nice taste of it. So
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So now tell me, so when we're talking about productivity, so we know there are different things that can be done, and then you talked about integrating technology as well. And I know there's some people that are tech adverse.
Yes.
So when you integrate the technology, talk about the different types of things that you may do there with a company.
Okay, so there is workflow.
Okay.
So lots of companies you may go into, and their workflow may literally be some spreadsheet that's passed around from one person to another. And my gosh, the possibility for human error is just massive, right? So coming up with a workflow, whether it's and obviously everybody's got different price point levels. So whether it's, something like an Infusionsoft on one end, whether it's Constant Contact, but whatever it is, but having that, making sure you've got your database, making sure you've got your workflow, making sure that you've got that in place so that you have that smooth movement through. And to your point, there are plenty. I had a client that used to call Infusionsoft Confusionsoft.
Right.
And I'm sure that she's not the only person that says that. But so they may not necessarily ever be the person that's going to be handling the data. But just so there's at least that understanding, there are these tools that can do that. Email management, the fact that you can handling those reoccurring tasks so that you can make those automated so you're not doing the same thing every day. Even if it's a calendar app where somebody needs appointments with you and all you have to do is send them a link and then everything else is set up within that calendar link that once you send that link, the domino effect occurs. And look at this, you've got an entry that now shows up in your email. And and it can send, and if somebody has to change it, they can change it. And all these things are just kind of happening, right? And that all happened because there was just a link that could have already been embedded somewhere, that you didn't have to do that. So there's so many different areas in which social media, there are people who, there's certain applications where you enter something in one place, it trickles to 6 different areas. So there's all different ways of being able to come in. And again, understanding that they may not be the person ultimately that does it, but that they have an understanding and that we can provide them with a solution for someone who is more of an expert in that area.
So do you ever see a scenario where people may have over-systematized or over-processed something to where they get to the point where it really isn't effective for them? Absolutely,
because then that's the other side of it, right? That's the other side of it, where you have too many steps. You have, from the outside, it looks like, this is working. But when you look at all because they're trying to be able to ensure that they're covering every possible scenario. And my opinion, That's just not possible.
Right.
There's going to be times when something, ooh, I didn't think about that.
Right.
Oops, I didn't think. So you really have to say, okay, for my business, for my clientele, what is the majority, what's the need? What's the majority need? What are the top two?
Right.
What are the top three?
Right.
And then deal with that. You're not going to be able to catch everything. You're not going to be able to cover everything. Because to your point, then you're literally just running around like somebody with a net, just trying to catch everything here and there. And then, oop, we missed that. So we're going to add another step. We're going to add another step. Your process flow now is, this wide.
Yeah.
It's too much because when I come in and I set up process and procedures, I don't want 50 steps in my process and procedures. You want to make it high level with some detail, but you want to make it manageable.
Right, because then you spend more time managing the process than doing whatever the process is supposed to be doing.
Oh my gosh! And then you're not saving time,
right?
Which means you're not saving money, right? So it's a total counter effect.
Exactly.
Absolutely,
exactly. Everyone, we're having some great information. I got so many things rolling around in my head because I love talking about productivity and the tools. They help you with that. So and you can tell Ronette does as well. So we definitely are going to take a break, but we're going to come back and we're going to talk about some more tips for you all as well. But Ronette, before we do that, please tell everyone how they can get in touch with you.
Okay, so you can get in touch with me at my website, which is same as my name, RonetteClarkeWilliams.com, and that is RONETTE, Clarke with an E, Williams.com, and they can access pretty much anything and everything you'd want to know about me from there.
Fantastic, everyone. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
How does your small business stay top of mind with customers? From deals that bring them in with an offer, to social media promotions that turn fans into customers, to events that engage and create buzz, to emails that keep loyal customers coming back. Our easy-to-use tools will keep you in front of your customers.
Visita provides a complete business calendar, fully integrated with your client scheduling experience. You can view and manage your daily schedule and any upcoming meetings, and most importantly, schedule new appointments and follow-ups with your clients. Using Visita Calendar for client scheduling will save you time and deliver a better service to your clients. Visita Calendar automatically syncs with your existing calendar on Google, Outlook, iPhone, and more.
Finally, we have a fashion powerhouse and at a fraction of the cost. You recognize Swarovski on the runway. Now we're able to bring it to your doorway with Touchstone Crystal. Unique Swarovski innovations, cut and colors, superior plating, all lead and nickel free. Looking to add to your jewelry collection or purchase a gift? Need a ladies' night? Host a fun sparkle party. We have a rewarding host program, and on average a host earns $200 in free jewelry. Or maybe you're interested in our groundbreaking opportunity, which gives you all of the above: jewelry, fun, and a paycheck. We're always looking for new glambassadors to spread the sparkle. Contact us today at www.touchstonecrystal.com/FTA Crystal Glam.
Welcome back, everyone. As always, we have to thank our sponsors for continuing to support That's My Biz and BizLinks TV. We love our sponsors, and if you're interested in being a sponsor, please reach out to us at that'smybiz@bizlinks.tv. Also, we want to thank you, our viewers. You all just keep us going. You keep giving us information about our guests that we're having. Let us know other guests that you would love to have on, industries you would love to learn more about. We want to make sure we find those guests for you as well. So now, before the break, we're talking to Ronette Clarke Williams and talking about productivity and just growing your business, and I want to dive into your 4 Ps.
Yes.
So tell everyone a bit about what is all about.
So the 4P movement, and the 4P stand for productivity, people management, profitability, and peace of mind.
Okay.
And for me, the way that those work together is that you're going to have that productivity, which we obviously spent a decent amount of time speaking about, and making sure, again, that you're focusing on making sure you're using automation, that you're spending your time well, but also that you're focusing on the things that you and only you can do. So what happens when you have those tasks that could potentially go to somebody else?
Okay.
That's where that people management comes in. We don't delegate enough. As women in particular, we don't delegate enough.
Right.
I was that person.
Yeah.
I was that person for many, many years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't delegate. You wanted me. If I had people that reported to me, I'd give them 1/10 of what they were supposed to get because I
Right.
didn't trust it.
Right.
And I thought that was strength.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've come to find is no. The strength is in saying, this is my sweet spot. This is what I need to work on. And you, expert in this, please take that on.
Okay.
So the people management, that's what that piece is.
Okay.
And we have virtual assistants. I was a virtual assistant company, and I've got certain supports for that to provide that to the clients. So you take the productivity, you take the people management. Now you are truthfully working on your business and not in your business, and being able to focus on those revenue generating activities. That's where the profitability piece comes in. And at the end of all that, the goal is to get you to peace of mind, to know that you can CEO with that confidence, with that clarity of knowing, I've got it on lock. I've got things where they're all compartmentalized where they need to be. So that's my 4P. That's where I aim to be, and that's where I aim to take everyone who works with me.
Good, good. So now we know you're the author of the fantastic book, Redefining Rockstar Leadership.
Yes.
So please tell everyone your 4 Ps are talked about in your book.
Absolutely, absolutely, they are. I think particularly in chapter 5.
Okay. I'm going to thumb through right here, jump to chapter 5. Yeah, so tell them more about your book.
Okay, so the book, Redefining Rockstar Leadership. So for me, as someone who's been in corporate America for several decades, many times, I have been referred to as that rock star by my employer. I was that person. We know we can rely on you. We know you're going to take the initiative. We know that, you're going to stay up till whatever hour it is to get that presentation done. And truthfully, for many years, it was a compliment. It fed me.
Right.
It fed me. But I was doing lots of things I was doing motivated by the wrong reasons. And what I came to realize was that there was, as much as it is a compliment, there's a lot of sacrifice in being that rock star. Now, I have the skills that I have. I have the attributes that I have. I don't want to let go of them, but I wanted to make sure that I was moving forward in my authentic power, that I was doing it for the right reasons, for me. So that's what I mean by redefining your rock star leadership and making sure, as the tagline says, making it work for you and not you for it. So it's really my story. It's, there's a point in the story where I'm in the fetal position on the bathroom floor when it crashed, when it all crashed down on me, and the changes that I had to make in my life, in all aspects of my life, to be able to truly find my power and truly find my desire and truly design my life. And the steps that I went through and what I take through. Oh, yes.
So I want to make sure you all see it so that you know when you go out there and order it, you know what you're looking for, get the right book, Redefining Rockstar Leadership. So we want to make sure that you catch that, making it work for you. I love that, and not you for it.
No, not because
So
I worked for it for too long.
Yeah.
I worked for it for too long.
Yeah.
And it wasn't paying me.
Right. That's when you really get upset about it, right? You really get upset about it. So tell me the types of businesses that you work with and how you can help. We talked a lot about, I know you can already pull out a lot of the ways that you can get help, but tell us, maybe even pick a story of one of your clients. How do you help businesses at different states?
Right. So I have had various businesses. So as I've said, I had businesses that they were CEOs of $1 million organizations, and they had team. They had some team. They may not necessarily have had the team in the critical roles that need to be in. In those cases, either I or a member of my team came in kind of like a COO as a fixer, I would say, type of a thing, So coming in, evaluating the organization, first of all, do we have all of the right positions, the key positions that you have then in place? And then once that's there, again, we go back to the process, the procedures. How are people communicating? What's really going on with everyone day to day to day? So really evaluating that. Then coming up with a solution, coming up with a plan of, okay, this is how we're going to work it. And having that point person. Now, sometimes that important person was me. That I was the person who, maybe it's team meetings, maybe it's whatever it is, and doing that. So there was that aspect. Then there is the solopreneur who is saying, I'm overwhelmed.
Right.
I don't know. I know it's not working. I know I need to do something different, but I'm not sure what that is. And in that case, there's one-on-one that I work with them. I have various programs of different levels because I want to meet people where they are.
Okay.
I want to meet you where they are. So different levels to be able to help with. It might be mindset that you need help with. It might be efficiency. It may be all of the above. You may need extra resources. So to help with that. But in regards to clients, I had a particular client that she was, as far as I'm considered, definitely a rock star. I'm sure people would call her a rock star.
Okay.
She was boss.
Okay.
You know, but what she was falling into is the busyness that I call it.
Yep.
And I speak about this in the book, the busyness syndrome. And she had a hard time saying no. And we have to be able to say no to opportunities that don't align with us, that don't align with our brand. And most of us don't, because you don't, oh my gosh, I can't miss this opportunity. So she was driving herself crazy. She was driving herself into the ground because she didn't want, and she was great at what she did, but we had to evaluate. I actually have a busyness chart, and you can find there's 5 different types of busyness. You know, and we went through that and we identified who she was and what steps she could take slowly.
Right.
Because it took you a while to get there.
Right.
Slowly. But to make those changes and make those shifts so that she was no longer doing that. And in doing that, she found, again, when you're not busy all the time, it's amazing how much time you realize you actually have. And it's amazing what you can do with that time. Oh, I don't know. Maybe go for a walk on the beach. Maybe do some of those things that are more, that are self-care.
Right.
Those things that we need to do. And she was still able to knock it out the park.
Right.
Half the time.
Yeah, I know that's often, you know, the oddest thing when you've got their productivity down and you sit and you're going, what I should be doing something.
Idle hands are the devil's workshop, right? How many of us heard that growing up? And that was me. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what I think I said. My family is Jamaican, and one thing that, you know, we'll say is a saying. Is that you're haunted. Okay. You know, my mother would say to me because, you know, just not being able to be still, you know, you're haunted, you know, and that's what they say. So, but that is that concept. It's that I can't be still concept.
But when you know you've got that productivity down, you're able to actually sit back and relax and enjoy a little bit. When you get to the end of the day and you actually know what you accomplished that day as opposed to, I know I did a whole lot of things, but what did I do?
Right. Yeah. I will say, unless people don't get it the first time, structure gives you freedom. And I normally repeat that when I say structure gives you freedom, because if I have structure and I know everything's laid out, I know that everything is set to go, what am I worried about? I can go about my day.
I love it. So tell me, what bit of advice, I know you also focus on female entrepreneurs.
Yes.
As a sweet spot there. So what's a bit of advice that you would give to a female entrepreneur who's in this midst of being busy and needs to reach out to you?
I will definitely reach out to me. But no, if, you know, I think that one of the things that we have to do, and one of the things that I had to do was realize that it's okay to be selfish, and not selfish in the way, I think it, you know, there's a negative connotation with selfish, but it's okay to say, I need to take care of me, my needs, and whether that's your business, and whether it's in conjunction with your personal life, because most of us, you know, whether you're a parent, you've got, you know, a spouse or a partner, whatever it is, but there's all these people, these entities coming at you, and to be able to say, I need to be selfish and I need to take care of me, because the truth of the matter is, once we take care of us, and we've got, everybody benefits. Right. Everybody around us benefits. So, I mean, if it's the case that you're like, you know, listen, I'm trying to do this, but I am overwhelmed. I need help, whether it's you need additional resources, whether it's, you know, I need help with productivity, whether it's, you know, I need to get my mind around how I go from here to there. I know I need to, but how do I do it? We can you know, have a conversation. We can have a conversation.
Hello, it's
Yeah.
everyone. You already know. You know who you are. And there's most of us out there, right? You know you need to make sure that you reach out to Ronette. Again, Ronette, please tell everyone how they can get in touch
So
with
again, my website is RonetteClarkeWilliams.com, and that's RONETTE, Clark with an E at the end, Williams, all one word.
you. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. This was great.
Absolutely. Good. Everyone, I know that you enjoyed it. I don't even have to ask. I know that you enjoyed this episode. Please make sure that you go back, watch it again, share it with your family, your friends, your colleagues. Let them know that there is opportunity out there for someone to work with them and help them improve on that productivity, because we want to get to that profitability. So make sure that you reach out to Ronette. Watch this episode again at www.bizlinks.tv. Also, don't forget your favorite platform if you want to kick back and watch us on your couch because you've gotten that productivity down. You're a rock star, so you have some time to sit and enjoy it on the couch. You can do that with your Roku and the BizLinks TV network on your channels there. Also, you can check us out on Apple Podcast, and you can check us out on Android as well. And don't forget our social media platforms. You know where to find us. It's BizLinks TV. I'm Pamela Alexander, exposing your business to the world.